Hey, welcome, and thanks for joining us here on the porch. I'm Todd, and joined as always by my friend Ken. How's it going, Ken?
It's going great, buddy. On
Well, I
Father's
hope,
Day.
yeah, happy Father's Day to all the dads out there. I hope you're ready for this. It's going to be a heated episode. Me and Ken are really going to get into the weeds here, and we're going to discuss the dialectual play between systemology, I can't even pronounce that word, systematic structures and the paradigm binaries within transcendental frameworks. And we're also going to talk about the nominal essences and the necessity to reevaluate methodologies in a post structural world. All right. So, you ready, Ken?
Uh, yeah. Oh, you want me to comment? Let's see. Let me think a minute here. Uh,
Oh,
I
man.
don't, man, I don't know much about that, buddy. You're gonna
Well,
have to,
well,
you're gonna have
this,
to pick a different topic next time.
okay. Well, we'll figure something else out. But I didn't listen to any like weird YouTube videos this week about anything like that. So I went with one of my old favorite jokes, and that is writing a sentence that sounds like it's about something, but is actually complete nonsense and has no meaning whatsoever. So,
Yeah. You sound like you'd be good at that, man.
yeah, well, fake it till you make it, I guess.
Yeah, that's
So,
true. That's
yeah.
true.
Before we get too far, we were going to listen to the Monkees this week, but we both
Hmm.
had crazy busy weeks and didn't have enough time to devote to that. So if you came tuning in for Monkees Talk, tune in next week. We'll talk about them then.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
and another update, my search for a clock is over. If
Hmm.
you see up above me here, above my guitar, you see that Snoopy clock? And
Yeah, I
that
love
is,
that, man.
yep, that is a gift from my daughter Taylor for Father's Day. So I hung it up right there. And so my clock searching has come to an end. So
Yeah.
she found,
The Snoopy clock making its debut
oh,
today.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know if
That's
you'll be able to hear it ticking or not, but it really ticks nice. I love a good
mm,
ticking clock. So,
yeah, that's great, man.
yeah.
Well, you were talking about the monkeys. I didn't. Yeah, I got distracted this week. I didn't have time to. I guess I had time, but I was distracted, so I
Yeah.
didn't listen to any monkeys. But I did stumble across have a new favorite country group now.
Oh, yeah.
It's called Ole 60, OLE 60, and it's these guys from Kentucky. And
Mm-hmm.
I think they've been. I think 2 years ago they put out an EP with 4 songs on it,
Uh huh.
but they're starting to blow up, man.
Oh,
And they're
really?
just raw, and it's the kind of bands that I like that I was used to in Nashville with all the there was tons of indie groups in Nashville.
Right.
It was really good, and this kind of reminds me of that they're kind of the singer. He
Mm-hmm.
has that southern accent. And he looks the part like he's unpolished, and the band looks unpolished. But man, they're really good. This is a storytelling dude, but
Mm-hmm.
old 60, and the song that I really like is called Brother Joe. So
Okay.
YouTube them, and I'm sure you'll be a fan. They're across the country and blues and rock, and they're really good, man.
Yeah.
Just raw, good music.
I'll,
Nothing,
I'll, uh,
just nothing commercialized.
Yeah, I'll uh I'll drop a link in the description of this episode and forum for people to look them up. I'll definitely check them out. So they're blowing up. So when they're all well known, you've heard it here first. That
Hmm.
so
They're from Hallsville, Kentucky.
ah a lot of good musicians out of Kentucky.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah,
but more than you think.
yeah.
Yeah, a lot
They're
more.
more. Yeah.
When
Well, I mostly associate music in Kentucky with bluegrass music, but
right,
uh, man, they're really good.
yeah,
Just listen to them. See
yeah. Wasn't Billy
the
Ray
guy's
Cyrus
voice
a
is
Kentucky
it?
guy?
Oh yeah, where was he? He was from was it
I don't remember.
Flat
Some
Rock, Kentucky, or someplace like that?
Yeah. I saw
Hey,
the reason he came to mind. I saw a recent picture of him. I guess he's getting divorced again or whatever.
is
And,
he?
yeah, and I saw a picture of him. I didn't recognize him at first. He's like dressed up like Rob Zombie or something with like the skinny
Really?
cowboy hat thing going on and long hair, and it's like man, I guess he's trying to. I guess he's in his probably mid 60s, trying to act like he's in his mid 30s. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
So
Well, achy breaky heart.
yeah, that. Have you heard that song lately?
Yeah, I've heard it. I don't know, a year or so ago, maybe.
It's not that bad of a song.
No, it's not that bad of a song, but
No.
dang, man. Whenever you saw him, whenever he did the video, he had
Yeah.
the mullet and
Uh
the
huh.
tennis shoes and
Yeah.
the white tennis shoes. I don't know,
Yeah.
but I guess that's in style now.
Yeah. It's what comes around goes around and comes back
Yeah,
again. And,
yeah, yeah.
mullets are the thing.
But man, he can sing, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, he's him and his daughter both
Hmm.
can really, really sing.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. She's really came into her own past couple of years. So
Yeah.
she had like that nutty spell where she's kind of
Hmm.
off, seemed like she's a little bit crazy, but she's come back around and is really
Yeah.
probably one of the better singers out there right now.
Yeah. I saw her singing with Dolly Parton, Jolene,
Yeah.
and man, she was good.
Yeah. She, um, yeah, she covers that, and she's one of the better ones that does it.
Hmm.
And then there's a video of her on the Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon, where they go and
Hmm.
busk in the subway in disguise.
Oh yes, I've seen
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Hmm.
I always love those things. I always love it when the celebrities like get in disguise or something and
Yeah,
go out there and stuff.
sure. Well, she also was on Howard Stern with Metallica.
Oh yeah,
Have you heard her sing with Metallica?
I haven't, but I heard about it. I heard it was really good.
Yeah, that's another one to look up right there if
Yeah,
you haven't seen that. That's really good.
yeah, yeah. I've heard Lady Gaga sing with Metallica. That was really good.
I didn't know that. I hadn't
Yeah.
heard that.
Yeah, and I haven't seen it yet, but apparently it's really great. Apparently, Chris Stapleton came out on stage in the middle of a George Strait concert to do a Willie Nelson and Waylon Jennings song. I can't remember the name of it now. I should know it.
Who's Waylon Jennings? I'm just kidding, man. Gosh.
Some guy that let's see where it is.
What's his son?
Poncho and Lefty.
Poncho and Lefty.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh.
that don't tell me that song was probably 1982,
Alrighty, Poncho and Lefty.
82 or 3.
Oh, it's Merle Haggard. I'm sorry, I misspoke. It came out. Let me see here.
Test my skills.
83.
83. I
Yeah,
knew it
that's
was there
within
somewhere.
that's within the margin of error. I'll give
Yeah,
you
well,
a
I
plus
said-
or minus one margin of error.
Well, I said 82 or 3.
Yeah, so Merle Haggard, and so I've been hearing that's really fantastic, but I was going to click on that this afternoon. Absolutely forgot to listen to it.
On which one? Poncho and Lefty or Merle
Poncho
Haggard?
and Lefty with Chris
Okay.
Stapleton and George Strait.
Yeah. That's a long song, too, man.
Yeah,
Poncho and Lefty. I don't know what the time actually is on it, but it's pretty long.
yeah. Well, then George Strait set that attendance record in Texas a few days ago too.
I didn't hear that.
Yeah,
What happened?
111,000 people at like Texas A&M University. I guess in their football stadium.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was just shy of 111,000. It's like 110,900 and something. It's like, goodness, George, save
Yeah,
some for
George.
everybody else.
Man, George Strait is so good. He was on my Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, definitely
George
was.
Strait was.
Yeah,
I mean, he has to. Mount Rushmore. My guys were older, and a couple of them was three of them have already passed,
Yeah.
but he was the only one still alive. But man, you got to put him up there on the Mount Rushmore.
Oh yeah.
I mean, look at all the
Definitely.
hits he's had, and heck, he just set a record,
Yeah.
attendance record. So that's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah. So, uh, one time I called George Strait the Luther Vandross of country music because
Mm-hmm.
he just all his songs are solid, and
Yeah.
uh, they're all the kind of song. He's got a lot of songs that you could close out the night, if you will, with,
Yeah.
so,
Yeah.
so, but,
Yeah. He's so good, man. Whoever
yeah,
whoever picks his songs, uh, they're pretty darn good.
yeah,
Yeah,
definitely are.
whoever
Yeah.
does that.
Are there any, duets that hadn't happened that you would love to see happen?
Um, Let me see. Wow, that's a tough one.
Yeah. It's a tough one just right off the top of your head,
Yeah, just there's so many out there. I'd have
uh
to put some thought into that one.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm trying to think here off the top of my head, and it seems like a lot of them I come up with. They're either one of them's already passed away or both of them, or,
Yeah,
you know, or
yeah.
that's already happened because there's so many people that work together now,
Hmm.
and then cross um, paths. It's like Brett
Yeah.
Eldridge like has a duet with just about everybody for Christmas songs.
Hmm.
Everybody makes fun of Mariah Carey for going in a cave at until Christmas time. It's like Brett Eldridge is in the same boat. It's like, all of a sudden it's Christmas time, so he's on everybody's Christmas special singing. So
And Mariah Carey, what's her song? All I Want for Christmas. Is that the
uh
name
huh,
of it?
yeah.
Yeah. Some people just like cringe at the thought of it. I like it, man.
Oh yeah.
I can't help it. I can't help it. I like it.
Oh, it makes me happy every time I hear it. So
Yeah, it's festive. It's upbeat. What's not to like about it?
yeah, yeah. Who knows? I think it. I think it's for over people. I think the overplay is what gets people. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, because a lot of songs gets overplayed. I was listening. I don't know if you're familiar with Tone and I. She came out with that song "Dance Monkey" a few years back, and she was just like a street musician, and she never really had any plans of like being huge or anything.
Hmm.
And she had a rough time busking where people were just like, singing, yelling at her to sing song and stuff. So she like went back and wrote this song called Dance Monkey, and it's about how, people just want you to play the song again, to dance again one more time kind of thing,
Hmm.
and she performed it in the street and people recorded it, put it on the internet, and the song just blew up like crazy. It's like the number one most played song on Spotify by a female artist,
Hmm.
and but the problem is she got big, but if she played Dance Monkey early on, then people would leave because they didn't care about any of the other
Oh,
songs.
yeah.
But if she held it off till the end, people were hollering, chanting Dance Monkey the whole time.
Yeah.
So it was basically like a self-fulfilling prophecy,
Yeah.
to the point that she was like, doesn't like the song. And then the song was so popular, and then all these people start coming out of the woodworks hating the song and how terrible it is and all this. And it's not a terrible song at all. I think just for some people, an overplay of a song, for whatever reason, they tend to go sour on it and negative on it
Mhm.
instead of just like, I'm not going to listen to it again,
Yeah.
because there's songs I do not care if I listen to ever again in my whole life. Basically anything by Leonard Skinner, but I'm not going to sit here and
Mm.
tell you how horrible it is or anything, because it's not. They're not horrible
Yeah.
songs. It's just, I've heard them enough. I'm done listening, you know?
Yeah. I hear you.
Yeah.
Well, I can't go that way, Leonard Skinner, man. That's what that was my childhood, Leonard
Yeah.
Skinner. But I'm that way about Dolly Parton. Dolly Parton is loved by millions,
Mm-hmm.
and she's done so much good, so unselfish with all of her money. And
Mm-hmm.
but if I hear Jolene by her one more time, man, Jolene or just any of those songs,
Yeah. Uh-huh. I
and
understand.
I just and music has changed. The singers have gotten there is so many good ones out there. Lainey Wilson. I mean, they're just
Mm-hmm.
a goes on and on. Lainey Wilson and Hardy
Yeah.
had that song. Have you ever heard that one?
Uh-huh.
Have you seen the music video that goes with it?
I haven't seen the video.
It's like watching a mini movie. You
Yeah.
should watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's worth your watch. I don't know, it's 3 or 4 minutes or something,
Yeah.
but that's the way. I told you old 60
Mm-hmm.
and the song Brother Joe.
Mm-hmm.
It's it's just a video of him singing in a church pew,
Mm-hmm.
but they have the words up there. You know,
Right.
I guess because he's got the southern accent, some people don't know what they're saying.
Yeah.
If you have a southern accent, they're
Yeah.
not really sure what did he say.
Yeah.
But
Colin style effect.
yes, exactly like that. But it's a little music journey. It's like you watched a mini movie
Yeah.
and he's a great storyteller. And this guy, man, I don't even know his name. I read it, but I forget his name.
Uh-huh.
The lead singer, but he's got that. I don't mean this mean. I mean this in a good way because it's cool. I think it's what I was used to in Nashville. I watched so much, or listened to so much indie music, and got to go see all these good bands that nobody's ever heard of.
Uh-huh.
And they'll never be heard by millions because uh, they're not commercialized.
Right.
Just good musicians, good singers, just so creative and so good. That's the way these guys are. Old 60. If
Mm-hmm.
you look at him, it's like you can tell he's country.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I'm not talking about country cowboy hat and spurs and all that and ropes. I'm talking he's a country dude, lives out in
Mm-hmm.
the country in Kentucky, backwoods, and he if you saw him, he's like, is that guy doing drugs or not? You
Yeah.
know, he just got that look. He's got that, but that's the way. That's what I was used to seeing in Nashville.
Yeah.
That's the kind of music I went to see. I think I told you before I went to see, Chris Stapleton when he was with the bluegrass band. And,
Mm-hmm.
that's the kind of stuff that I like. The big commercial, the arenas and all that. Man, I wouldn't give you a dime to go sit in a big arena
Yeah.
and watch somebody on a jumbotron.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't go for a dime. If it's all it cost me was a dime. But anyways,
Yeah.
I like them, man.
That's cool.
So,
I'm anxious to give them a listen and see. But
mhm.
yeah, that's funny. You're like country, but not like rodeo country. Basically,
Yeah, no,
it's like Southern country kind of thing.
yeah,
So,
I've heard it. I've heard them described, or I read today actually, that it's not your father's country music.
yeah.
That's what it is. It's not our Merle Haggard and that kind of stuff, which I like all that,
Yeah.
but they're good.
Yeah. I heard I heard John Denver one time. Someone asked him about being a country artist, and he said he wasn't a country artist. His music was more Western than country. So, which I
Yeah,
thought was interesting.
yeah.
So,
Hey, there's our
Arnie and Doug
buddies.
hopping in from Pepper Tree Villa.
Yeah,
So,
they got a
how's it
big
going?
show coming up tomorrow night. I guess tomorrow night. I
Yeah.
think I think they're going to be talking about their Christmas trees,
Oh yeah.
getting them started or something.
Yeah.
I saw them posted.
I promised
Well, you
last
go.
week I was going to be there, and I couldn't make it. Something come up. And hopefully, I can be on this one.
Yeah.
Be in the chat anyway. So
Mm-hmm. Man, you remember last week it was my who was that? See, you remember last week I was talking about it was my 36th wedding anniversary.
yeah.
All right, this is the way it goes, man. When you've been married a while, when you've been married for a while, and you live in Jamestown, Tennessee,
Uh-huh.
we went to our wedding lunch during the day. We went to the Dairy Mart
Mm-hmm.
for lunch, dude, and it's great. It's a quaint little diner, man. It's right on the square. Little it's a little hamburger joint. I mean, they have meat and three as well, but their hamburgers are really good.
Yeah.
And so we went there. It takes forever one of those kind of places. So you got to make sure you got plenty to talk about while you're waiting on your food. But it's really good. We just didn't. Did I send you a picture of that? The Dairy Mart.
Is that one of them you sent me a picture of?
I think so.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we got a new feature here on the porch, and it's called Picture Time. So if you guys have to send us a picture, And I'll have to find it here of the Dairy Mart real quick.
Oh, that's
Here.
cool. Is that a movie projector?
Yeah, it's a movie projector, like a slideshow projector and screen. You know
Yeah.
how you used to have to sit down and they're gonna make you watch the slides and all this. Let's see if this is the
Mhm.
right one. I didn't label it. Is that the Dairy Mart?
Oh,
No,
no,
that's the
that's
junk
oh,
store.
well, we got to talk about that too,
Yeah,
man.
we'll get back to that one. I'm trying to look at these little bitty thumbnails and my eyes are failing me. That's a yard sale. That's
Yeah.
a thing. Let's see. Maybe this is it. Nope, that's Pac-Man.
No, dang, man. Come
I'm
on.
just I'm just I'm just um here. We'll do this.
It's the
That way
one that has,
nobody.
it's the one that says Dairy Mart on the sign.
Oh, it's that. It's that one, huh?
That's the
It's
one.
that one that says Dairy Mart on the sign.
Yeah.
Well,
That's it.
let's see here. Don't worry. I got this in program mode. Nobody can see these pictures, but us
Oh,
can.
okay.
So
I
till I
hope I
can
sent it
find
to
it.
you.
That way, I
Maybe I
don't
didn't.
maybe that way nobody can. I don't spoil them all. So, but I don't see it.
Well, maybe I didn't, Todd. Oh well.
Oh,
I'll post it on the social, and you
yeah,
can see what it is. But it's a
yeah.
quaint little.
No,
It's a great little diner, man. We
yeah,
just went there and had hamburgers and fries and a Coke and topped it
yeah,
off with the ice cream. It was great, man.
yeah.
Just a
That sounds fun.
relaxing,
But
relaxing,
I will put
relaxing
this
day.
since you're talking about your anniversary, and I don't have a picture of the Dairy Mart. I will post this picture up.
Oh yeah,
Something Mary made you for your anniversary here. So,
yeah. No, that's my Father's Day
oh,
pecan
Father's
pie.
Day. Father's Day. That's
Fa-
right. Sorry,
Yeah,
man. It was
I got I got the first piece out of it. Mary's, you know, she's from the South. You
uh huh.
know, Southern women can just cook pecan pies, man. I don't
Yeah.
know. It's just in their DNA.
Uh huh.
It is great, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did I ever tell you the story about Holly making a pecan pie for Thanksgiving?
No.
Oh, we weren't married very long. It might have been our first or second Thanksgiving together, married.
Mm.
And my mom asked Holly to bring a pecan pie, and
Hmm.
Holly's like, "Great." She's like, "I'll call my mom and get her pecan pie recipe because she has the best pecan pie in the world ever."
Hmm.
And so she was so excited to get her mom's recipe and make it for everybody so we can taste it and all this. And so she gets on the phone and she's like, "Mom, I need your pecan pie recipe because I'm make it for Thanksgiving. Take over to Todd's parents' house." And Holly's mom's like, "What do you mean?" She's like, "I need your recipe." She goes, "I don't have a recipe." She goes, "Yes, you do. You make the best pecan pie ever. I need your recipe." And her mom goes, "I just used the recipe on the back of the Karo syrup bottle."
Well, I think that's how everybody starts.
Yeah.
To begin with, and they make their own
Oh yeah.
adjustments as they go along.
Yeah. So, but yeah,
And
that's usually the way it goes. So,
yeah, Mary made one that was caramel pecan pie. Oh my goodness,
oh my
it
goodness.
was so good.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was really good.
But
Loved
yeah.
that one.
So, yeah, I think when we come out in August, I'm gonna have Holly make an apple pie to bring to you guys because she
Mm.
literally makes the best apple pie I've ever had in my life. So,
Well, I'm gonna hold you to that, man.
yeah. Yeah. We'll bring one. So
Yeah,
there
yeah.
might be
We'll
a
make
piece
some homemade.
missing, but we'll bring we'll bring one.
That's all right. That's all right. Just bring us the scraps, man.
Yeah.
And speaking of that, they've already somebody's got a big tent set up already.
Already, it's like 2 months away.
Dude, I'm telling you, they start setting up and they start selling early.
Yeah.
Some of them, I mean, they don't really push the selling.
Uh-huh.
They just have a lot of stuff in there. I
Uh-huh.
think it's the stuff that they figure they're probably not going to sell. And they go ahead and put it out, just hoping somebody wanders by, drives by, and you know
Wants to
buys it.
see.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. I was thinking about that the other day. I need to get with you because we're planning on leaving that Thursday morning. Not like super early, but then I got thinking
Hmm.
we're going to be driving a lot of 127 to your house, and I need to plan extra time, to get up that
Yeah.
way.
Well, if you're going to stop, I mean,
Okay.
it'll already be a little traffic. It won't be too bad till like Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Okay. Okay.
But it's not like New York City bad, but it does get backed up. It does stop sometimes. You just got to be
Yeah.
careful because people just whip right off the road and park,
Yeah.
and they hit the brakes. They'll see something, they'll hit the brakes, and you're tooling along at 50 miles an hour. You have to
Yeah.
be careful
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah. Doug and Arnie, we're talking about the 127 yard sale, which runs on Highway 127, which is actually just like a few miles from Ken's house. And me and Holly and a couple of our kids are going to go stay with Ken this August and hit the yard sale. It's the longest yard sale in the country, like what,
In the
600 miles
world,
in the world, like 600 miles or something crazy.
yeah, 690 miles.
Yeah, and we're not going to cover all of it this year, but next year I think we're going to try to cover all of it. If I can talk Ken into it, but yeah, we're going to go out there and then see what kind of cool treasures we can find
Yeah.
at the yard sale. So
There is everything out there, man.
yeah,
If you want it, you can find it.
yeah, yeah. Hopefully at a good price. Just depends on which tent you
Yeah.
get to.
Well, man, I went to a yard sale. It was the first time they had it up here. It's at South Fentress Park, which is right on 127.
Uh-huh.
But they had it's the first year. It's called. I think it was just called the yard sale or something. I'm not really sure
Uh-huh.
what the name of it was. But it's pretty cool. It's a nice little park, and you didn't have to be like a regular vendor or anything. If you just wanted, if you had garage sale stuff, you bring them and set up your tent.
Uh-huh.
And they did it like in a circle. There was like a walking track there at the park, all around the walking track, and
Mm-hmm.
it was great, man. Our buddy Jeff and his wife Susan, they had their stuff set up, and that was some of
Yeah.
those pictures I sent you.
Oh,
So
okay.
I started scoping out the Christmas stuff already.
Oh, yeah. I don't blame you there. I don't
Yeah,
blame you there, but yeah, it's crazy. I can't wait for um yeah. I can't wait
yeah,
for
that should.
some Christmas dishes and things.
Yeah,
Pretty cool.
there's a lot of Christmas stuff, and
Yeah.
but the one thing that they just gave me, and well, two things they gave me, which I was, man, it was very generous. It's Nordic ware, made by Nordic Ware. It's Bundt Pans,
Oh, yeah.
but one of them is the shape of a sunflower.
Oh, yeah.
It's so cool, and the other one is where you can make six smaller
Uh-huh.
bundt cakes. There was three different designs. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
Isn't that cool?
That is awesome.
It's Nordic Ware, man. They're really nice, and I
Yeah,
can't wait to use those.
those are cool. Those are
I
super
don't,
cool.
in it, man. I don't know. I don't know if I want to do the sunflower first or the little personal bundt cakes.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I
Yeah.
can't. I got to do the sunflower first,
I
man.
would think so. I would think so. Those are so cool.
Hmm.
It's going to be. Yeah, that was very generous of them.
Yeah, but big shout out to Jeff and Susan for just
Yeah.
said here you go. They kind of had them put aside
Yeah.
and gave them to me while I was
Yeah.
out there.
Yeah. 'Cause I remember growing up, a friend of mine's mom had like this cake pan that was like Superman's S, and the other one was Batman's symbol on his
Mhm.
chest.
Yeah.
To buy those things now is ridiculous. People want a lot of money for those kind of cake pans and stuff.
Hmm.
But yeah, but
Well,
I guess
Doug.
Doug's
Doug
collects the Bundt Pans. So
yeah.
yeah,
Doug, what is your favorite bunt pan? If you had to pick one,
yeah,
if you had to pick one, what is your favorite?
yeah. I didn't know they made Bundt Pans in so many different
No.
styles.
Look look at those designs up there on the where you can
Yeah.
make the sticks.
Uh huh.
I mean, they're pretty cool.
Yeah, it's like some kind of flowers. Almost the middle ones almost look like donuts to me.
Hmm.
But yeah, it's wild.
And the one on the left almost looks like a crown of some sort. I don't really
Hmm.
know. I don't.
Well, I
They're
guess you
not
could.
flowers. I don't know what it is really.
Yeah, it's cool. So Doug can't just pick one. So
Well, yeah, I don't blame you there, buddy.
yeah, it's tough.
We don't have to, so why even go through
Yeah.
the mental
Oh, he's
the
looking.
mental stress of it,
Yeah, he's looking now. he's looking now, so to see. But yeah. So tell me about
Because
this place. Speaking of yard sale, tell me about this store here. So
oh yeah, okay. Now I want you to you see this place. It's called Pegs
uh-huh.
Shoes and Clothes.
That looks
All
like
right,
my kind of place.
all right. Now you see that's on 127. She's there
Uh-huh.
full time, and you see that you go on the inside. That's what it looks like on the inside. But she has stuff everywhere, man. Tons of clothes.
Uh-huh.
But also, okay, don't flip to the other picture yet.
Okay.
So far, we talked about up here. We had you could get ammo and hot dogs at the hot dog stand,
Uh-huh.
and we talking about at Scallywags you could get uh, chili dogs, a Coke, and fish and worms to go.
Uh-huh.
All right, this place here, you can buy your stuff, whatever your treasures are, and you can pick you up a tuxedo while you're there.
And a tuxedo.
Go to the other that other picture, man.
Alrighty.
She rents
Let me
tuxedos out of that place,
really let
and
me
she
get
said
full.
during the graduation, I think she the high school up here, she rented like 60 or 65. I think she said 65.
Wow. That's a lot.
So
Let me find that
so
tuxedo
apparently
picture.
she's got a pretty good business going there, but it's just not what you would expect. It's just
Yeah.
the way it is up here. It's great, because there's nothing. You'd have to drive an hour to get to a town
Yeah.
big enough that has tuxedos.
Yeah. There's a sign that says tuxedo rental.
Yeah, that's it right there, brother.
Yeah. Yeah. So
You see my motorcycle over there in the back. Just
oh
parked.
yeah. Oh yeah. That's funny.
Yeah,
Uh,
tuxedo rental. And
that's great.
I went in there. I've been living up here for 2 years. Never, passed that place 1,000 times.
Uh-huh.
And went in there. And the only reason I stopped was to see if she actually had tuxedos in there because
Oh
we'd
yeah.
been talking about getting your ammo and hot dogs
Oh yeah.
at
So
the
now
same
you
place.
get everything in tuxedo rentals.
Yeah, you
Oh,
can go in there and shop for as long as you want, and then
yeah.
secondhand stuff and pick you up a tuxedo
Wow. That's
in case you
fantastic.
want to. Yeah,
Uh,
and I'm gonna be on the lookout for that kind of stuff, man.
yeah. Yeah.
All we need now is a place where you can go in and get a suntan and baseball trading cards all
Yeah.
at the same place.
Suntan and trading cards. It's almost like if Walmart had a bank, there would be no reason to go anywhere else.
It wouldn't,
Ye-
would it?
Yeah. So
Yeah,
but
maybe put a vet in there.
yeah. Vet vet would be good in Walmart. Definitely would be.
Yeah.
So
So Doug, Arnie said Doug is checking
yeah,
for.
he's checking for they sent me a picture. Just give me a second
Mm,
here to
yeah,
get it
yeah,
in here.
that has to be my favorite one that I've got is a sunflower one. I'd see how it turns out, but I think it's gonna be pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
I remember my mom used to have this Easter bunny one, like a
hmm
cake pan. It was like a 3D bunny. And she tried several years in a row to make it, but for some reason the head always fell off because I guess it was
Oh,
top heavy or whatever. But
yeah.
yeah, Arnie and Doug sent me these. This is a tub full of their Christmas ones,
Oh my goodness.
and I guess those would be his favorite there. So
The old H3 tub.
yep, tub H3. So yeah,
Holiday 3.
holiday 3. Yep, but
Yeah,
those are
that may be,
cool.
Doug. I've got one similar to that big one there. That was my favorite too. I got the sunflower. I think the
Yeah,
sunflower overtook it.
the tree or the one up in the top
The
left
top one
corner.
there, the big one.
Yeah.
It has. I don't know if it's the same one, but
Hmm.
the one I have has big bows on it and
Yeah.
kind of
Man,
holidayish, or it is holidayish. But
now you guys got me itching to collect Christmas Bundt pans.
I know
So,
in Nordic wear, I don't know. I bought my first one because from America's Test Kitchen.
uh,
Have you ever watched that America's Test Kitchen?
I sure have it.
Well, they have I think it's called a product corner, a little
Uh,
segment on there. I think that's what it's called. But they have a guy that does nothing. Him and all his people that work there,
yeah,
they test all these different kitchen things and Nordic ware won
yeah.
their won their test for the best bundt cake pan.
Really?
most affordable and does a good job. But
Yeah. Yeah. Huh.
that's all I was really surprised when they gave me those, and I flipped them over and it was Nordic wear, and I'm like, heck yeah, man!
Hmm.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Yeah. So, um, Arnie and Doug said they loved my World War One flying ace clock behind me, my Snoopy clock, and
Mm-hmm.
uh, I think you guys might have missed the first part of it. That is actually a gift for Father's Day from Taylor, my youngest. So, yeah. Yeah, I'll have to try that. I'll have to take a look at that America's Test Kitchen. I love it when people take things and actually test them.
Mm-hmm.
There's a guy on YouTube does Project Farm, and he tests all kinds of stuff from tools to, I guess he's like doing vacuum cleaners. I mean, all kinds of stuff. He'll buy a whole bunch of them, and um, he just he buys them. He don't take any sponsorships, and he just puts them through their paces to see which one's the best. And there's
Yeah.
also, hey Edna, thanks for hopping in, man. So from, I guess you're either in Ireland or is it Singapore or Thailand? He's usually somewhere on the other side of the planet. But yeah, I remember him from Christmas Clatter. Thanks for hopping in here, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
But yeah, but I love it when people go head to head. Yeah, there's another one called Torque Test Channel. They do a lot of power tool stuff, and it's amazing the times that like the tool with the reputation and the price tag to go with it is just nominally better, than something else. But then there's times that it's like, okay, it's worth the spending the money on, So, yeah.
Well, do you have any more projects going now at your woodworking shop?
So, yeah, I have a few more. Yeah. He's hanging out in Malaysia now. He's from Ireland, hanging out in Malaysia. I knew he's out east somewhere usually. And I remembered he was from Ireland, but hanging out out east somewhere. But yeah, actually, our neighbor lady she was cleaning out her garage. She lives in the house she grew up in. If Miss Kim watches this, forgive me. She's probably around 70-ish years old, but she had all this wood up stored in the ceiling of her garage up in the rafters.
Mm-hmm.
That was her dad's lumber he was using. And it had and I don't know when her dad passed. It's as long as I've known her, he's been gone. Yeah. And she was just like, she just pulled it all out to get rid of it. And she's like, you guys just take what you want and I'll figure out how to get rid of the rest. And we're like, well, we'll just take it all, pull out what we want. We'll get rid of it for you just for letting us have it. And there was this real nice, and I'm thinking, I can't decide if it's oak or walnut. I'm waffle between the two. At first I was pretty sure it was walnut. Then I was pretty sure it was oak. And now I'm kind of back on walnut, but it's like a 6-inch wide board and it's like 121.5 inches long.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And so I cut that up today. I'm going to panel it up for some kind of tabletop. I can't go too much into it because it's going to be a gift for somebody. But okay. I did discover the wood was very dusty, because it sit there so long. And this was rough cut sawn lumber. And so there was a lot of grooves and stuff. And that dust has really like settled in the grooves of that wood. And I tried to brush it off and vacuum it out and all this stuff to kind of get the color of the wood to come back.
Mm-hmm.
And and so I'm like, man, I don't want to clean it with water or anything. And so I got to looking online about how to restore wood color and clean it without ruining it, and found this on just on the internet. And you take equal parts, and the lady says she uses tablespoons because you don't need a lot. So a tablespoon of olive oil, a tablespoon of lemon juice, and a tablespoon of mayonnaise.
What?
Yeah.
Sounds
And
like you're making a dressing of some sort
yeah,
for us.
that's what she said in her blog. And then you just mix it up and you just kind of like dip the corner of a rag in there and wipe it on there. And then you rub it on and it kind of it cleans the wood. And I guess all the oil and the mayonnaise and of course the vegetable oil and I don't know all all that's in there for
That's
that,
pretty crazy.
but yeah, it's super cool, and and it really worked. I didn't do all the sides uh,
Hmm.
to the wood yet. I was just wanting to try it out to see and how well it worked, and I was so happy with it. In fact, give me a second here, and I can um, get a picture up here and
What?
and things. But yeah, it's crazy. And
Well, I tell you, man, if I'd been there when you cut it, I could have told you real quick if it was oak or not.
oh yeah,
Because whenever I was younger, I had a job sanding and installing and finishing hardwood floors.
uh huh,
Like whenever I was like, I don't know, 19, 20. I was just
yeah,
a helper. But that smell is ingrained
really.
in
Let's
my nose, in
yeah,
my
let's see.
sinus, dude.
I
Because most floors are oak. You
right,
know, they're obviously not all oak, but
yeah,
a big majority of them are. And as soon as I like somebody cuts down an oak tree, I can smell it, man. It just
really.
takes me right back. Yeah.
I wish I had a good sense of smell like that. I sure don't though. Um, but cutting it, I wasn't sure. I thought maybe it was oak, but I, I'm just kind of waffling on it. I'm going to
So you got
lean
a picture
toward.
of it?
Yeah, I got a picture here, um, but I'm kind of.
We're gonna have to fire that projector operator and get us another one,
Yeah,
man.
I'm telling you. But yeah, here's the boards. You can kind of
Hmm.
blend in with my tabletop there, but here's the boards before I cleaned them. And the reason I was thinking they were walnuts because this dark area and then this light area in
Hmm.
the grain and walnut and maple does that a lot too. So I guess there's a chance this could be a hard maple. Um, but
I
that's what
don't
they,
know, man.
yeah,
I
um,
don't know what that is.
yeah. But that's what they look like. Before I cleaned them, and then this is what they are after the mayonnaise, lemon juice, olive oil.
Ooh, that may be oak.
So, but a world of difference.
Was it real heavy?
Yeah, it's heavy. It's dense.
It probably is oak, man,
Yeah,
or some sort of a. It could be too if it's really old. It could be something like chestnut.
yeah,
American chestnut because they're not around anymore.
yeah, yeah,
Have the Chinese chestnut, but the chestnut blight got all the American chestnuts.
yeah. But
I don't know, man. We need to find somebody that really knows wood to tell us what that is. That's
I
kind of
know.
baffling, actually.
Yeah, and when I cut it to join the sides, it's like the sawdust was super fine. I didn't get a lot of big clumps of sawdust like you would pine. It was like a almost like
Yeah.
a powder,
Hmm.
and stuff. But you can tell that mixture did miracles on it. You
That's
know.
crazy to do that. So that was rough. That was rough sawn, rough
Yeah,
cut.
yeah, rough sawn and so I was able to just kind of wipe it off, and then I wipe it in there, and then I just took a. It didn't say this in the directions, but I took just a clean rag and just kind of wiped it off when I was done. I just did the top. I didn't do the sides because they're gonna get glued.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, it really cleaned it up quite a bit. And
So you can make a tabletop out of that or something.
yeah, I'm gonna make
And
a
I know you can't take
tabletop.
too much out of it.
Yeah, it's gonna measure about 15 and 3/8 by 36. So it might be a little bit shorter than 36 because once I get the panel glued up, I'll cut the sides. That way they're all nice and even.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, you're handy that way, man.
so
You have a lot of talents.
uh, I got a lot of stuff I like to do. I don't know about talents. I just stuff I like to do and
Yeah. See, that's me
fit
too.
them.
I like to do so many different things. I end up not doing anything because
I hear you.
I want to work on this. I want to work on that.
Yeah,
Do this and paint this and build that. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah.
I,
I hear you. And it's like today I was just piddling and we got I'm gonna have to get a bigger shop fan for my garage because the humidity is really starting to sit in.
mm,
And so I came in the house today and got an old box fan,
mm-hmm.
and we already had a fan in there and blowing around. So I put the box fan in the window of the garage and blowing out. That way it can kind of move some air around. And I turned it on high, but man, it just didn't sound like it was moving very much air. So I pulled it down. I mean, fans are dirty, but it wasn't like crazy dirty.
Yeah.
I thought, well, I'll just, take it apart and clean it anyway. So I cleaned it. But when I took the back part off, the cover was blocking the back of the motor, and a lot of like dog hair was in there.
Mm.
It's like good gravy. These dogs are killing everything. And so I got it cleaned out, and the thing was like a race car once I got it done.
Was it?
Yeah, it was crazy. But, it even has like one broken blade on it, but just something to stir the air around. And
Yeah.
we bought one of those screens that fit over your garage door, keep the bugs out.
Oh, yeah.
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 And that thing is nice.
Does it have like a magnet in the middle where you can walk through it?
Yeah.
and it comes
Yeah.
back through it?
It sure does. And it wasn't very expensive. It was like $35. Covers our whole big garage door. Went up real easy. And it does. It keeps the bugs out so we can sit out there when it's nice and not get chewed up by the mosquitoes.
Yeah.
And things. So.
Well, you're talking about the fans. We both have the collecting bug, and a buddy of mine up here, he has a garlic company called Galena Garlic, and he collects old fans, like the really old ones, the ones that it has a shroud around it or whatever you call it, the guard, but it's really not. I mean, you can stick your whole fist in there. The old ones, you see those?
Oh yeah,
And
the ones you really don't want to stick your finger in.
Right. Yeah, and he has some that the blades are copper.
Oh wow!
No, I'm sorry, brass. They're made out of brass. I mean, the whole blade is brass.
That is nice.
Isn't that crazy? How they've there's no telling what it's worth just for the copper or the brass,
Yeah. Yeah.
But he's got a whole collection of them. He's got them lined up out in his barn. He just not use them. He just collects them.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I was delivering mail the other day, and I have these apartments that are kind of like in the same area as a mini storage unit. In fact, you got it's like the same parking lot. It's just on one side's apartments, the other side's mini storage, and I had to drop off a parcel in there. And so I had to get out my mail truck. And when I came out of the apartment building, there was a guy unloading a truck, and he had all these blow molds, Christmas blow molds, a dozen of them. He was pulling out. He had a storage unit up, and the thing was just like packed full of stuff. And I walked over there and said, "Hey, nice." He's like, weirdest sentence I probably ever said in my life. "Hey, nice blow molds," and he's like, "Thanks." And I said, "You collect them?" And he was like, "Yeah." And I said, "Well, I do too." And he goes, "These aren't for sale." And I was like, "Oh, I said, I wanting to buy them. I just like to see them. Some of these are old ones that I've only seen pictures of, and talked to him for a little while. The longer I talked to him, the more I realized he was a collector, but he had crossed the line. He said he was an antiques dealer, but he don't do it anymore. He's a hoarder. He crossed the line and then he's just moved straight to being a hoarder. He's just, buying stuff at a deal and storing it and never having any intentions of doing anything with it, so.
Man, I could use a good Santa Claus blow mold.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know where I can get one or not.
Yeah, I know a guy. That get you the hookup with a nice 13-inch 1968 Imperial.
Yeah, it'd be perfect, man.
Yeah. Yep. Set on your shelf.
Give me his number, man. I'll give him a call.
Okay, I will. I'll give you. Wait till we're off the air. I don't want a whole bunch of people giving him a call. All right. So. Yeah. But that's kind of what I've been up to this week. Nothing exciting. Work's been crazy again still. So lots of hours there. But I'm actually off today and Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday. So I don't go back till Thursday.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. What are you going to do with all that time off?
Well, since today was Father's Day, I didn't do the laundry. So I guess part of my Father's Day gift was I get to do the laundry tomorrow instead of today.
Stay out of the heat.
Yeah. I'm the laundry guy at the house, so I'm the one who gets the laundry done. So
Okay.
I don't mind. I don't mind at all.
Well, man, you remember my air conditioner I put in out here in the studio?
Oh yeah.
It's working great, man.
Oh man.
Because it's turned hot up here. Well, hot for up here, I guess. But I set it on 68, man. It stays 68 in here.
Oh man,
I'm loving it.
That's nice. That's nice. That's something we're definitely going to do real soon. Probably have to wait till next year. Our garage isn't boxed in, so we're gonna pull everything off the walls, run insulation, and box it in. And then and we love that screen so much. And our garage door is pretty old. We're talking about upgrading to insulated garage door, and then they have the screens that fit on the track that actually have a door in them.
Oh, okay.
And that way it's more of a permanent screened in situation. So
yeah.
Right. But and I'm debating, and I never thought I was going to be one of these guys, but I'm debating on putting a TV in the garage. So
Are you?
Yeah.
Why are you going to do that?
I don't know, because we sit out there a lot, you know.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't know if I want it out there. I don't know if I want access to a TV. You know, it's like if I want to watch TV, I'll go inside.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm liking the garage because it doesn't have the TV. I don't know.
Yeah, man. Yeah. You might want to think about keeping that as your place to go unplug.
Yeah.
Out there from everything.
Yeah, because I got a nice Bluetooth speaker, so if I want to watch something on YouTube, I can and hear it really nice, or listen to music or whatever.
Yeah.
So.
Huh. Well, let's see. What else? Did you do anything else this week? Exciting?
Not really. Just work and work. So.
Well, they opened a pretty cool place. It's just right down the road from you. You get out on 127, and it's about a quarter mile from where you turn into my road.
Yeah.
But it's called the Chill Out.
Uh-huh.
And they have that rolled ice cream. It's supposed
to
be rolled.
Yep.
But they have vintage arcade games in there, and they're all free.
Really?
So it's fun to go in there and get you some ice cream, man, and play Pac-Man and whatever else. It's free to play.
Really?
They even have a Pac-Man sitting on one of the tables. So we sit there and ate ice cream, played Pac-Man for a little while.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty cool to see those.
You get any good at Pac-Man?
Dude, I don't know what's considered good. You know, I don't know. Not really, I don't guess.
Yeah.
My favorite one used to be Space Invaders.
Oh yeah.
There you go. That's a Simpson. But see, the ice cream, man, they're new, so they hadn't quite got the technique down yet. 'Cause it's supposed to be rolled like in a.
Yeah.
But it was so cold it kept breaking. You know, so they just crammed it all in the bowl there. You know.
We have a place. Yeah, we have a place here called Buddy's Rolled Ice Cream.
Mm-hmm.
And there's always a lot of people there. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, that's the same with this. It was just ice cream, but the fact they had all the arcade games in there that were free, and they were all vintage. It was cool.
Yeah,
play those.
There's your Pac-Man.
Yeah, that's where we sat right there.
Yeah,
played Pac-Man right on the table.
Oh
Pretty
yeah,
cool.
That is fun. That is fun. You gotta love those games, man. I shoved so many quarters in those games.
Mm-hmm.
When I was a kid.
There was some there and some on the other wall. It was fun.
Yeah.
You know, good way to beat the heat, you know.
Yeah.
Spend a little time.
Yeah. Man.
You know, it's just you couldn't do that in a big town.
Right.
You know, stuff would probably get tore up or whatever.
Look, I like the colors.
Yeah. There's no doubt, man. You can't miss it.
Yeah.
When you drive by it. Yeah. It's called the Chill Out.
Chill Out. That's a great name. Chill Out. You know, Alex my youngest son, he went through this phase when he was like 10, 11, 12 years old. He loved his pogo stick. He had a pogo stick, and he would freaking bounce forever
Yeah.
on that. And he was always, him and Taylor always played this thing where they would start a business. They would even like write a business plan down and all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And he wanted to make it kind of like a skate rink, but for pogos sticks, you know?
Yeah.
And he came up with the best name for it ever. And he called it the Pogo Go-Go.
The Pogo Go-Go.
The Pogo Go-Go. And it was just going to be like a big pogo stick park where people can go and jump on their pogo sticks and stuff.
That sounds like the name of a underground bar or something.
Yeah, yeah. So it was the Pogo Go-Go. So not sure how he came up with that name, but it was hilarious.
That's
He had
good,
made
man.
signs and stuff for it. Yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah.
Do they still make pogo sticks, man?
Oh yeah, they still make them. They make them like fancy, like where you like put like you really dial in like the pressure of the spring and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and so you can get real high, and got people like do tricks and stuff on them, and they get the pogo sticks where you can, some of them pogo sticks that them guys get, it looks like they're jumping like 10 feet in the air.
Really?
You know, with them. And it's not just a up and down kind of thing. It's like almost like a catapult. It's crazy.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that falls in line with the lawn darts, as
Yeah.
far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
About
Lawn
as
darts.
dangerous, you know.
Yeah. Lawn darts are fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. One thing, if you ever watch somebody do like extreme versions of something that seems odd,
Mm-hmm.
and it's people that do the off-road unicycle stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's funny, man.
Yeah, it's cool. I just never would have thought it.
Yeah.
Hey, Brenda, stuck at the airport. That doesn't sound like fun at all.
No.
So, but
I was wondering where you were at, Brenda. Hey, what airport are you at? Where are you? My wife gets on me about saying ending a sentence with "et."
it.
Where are you at? She said, "That's what is that, a preposition? You can't end a dangling participle, or is that a preposition? What is that?" I forget. You can't end a sentence with "et." She gets me every single time. It just drives her bonkers.
Watch your mouth. You can kiss your mom with that mouth, dangling participles, and I don't even know what you're talking about. Now I'm completely lost. Speaking English stuff. I do math. I don't do English in words.
Hey, well then, hey, I know my response to your ridiculous topics that you throw on me to explain at the beginning of the show.
Yeah,
I had to come back at you with some English.
Yeah, I can't handle it. Art Kilmer messaged me the other day, and he said he was listening to the past episode, and stuck in Vegas.
The old John Wayne Airport.
Yeah.
Yep. My sister-in-law lives out there.
Yeah. Don't they have a John Wayne Airport in California too? Like in Orange County?
I don't know.
So
It seems like it.
Yeah. But yeah, Art, he messaged me. He's like, I was listening to past episodes, and he was like, you start talking about solving the 3-body problem. He's like, I had a look. I thought maybe I had the wrong podcast on.
Yeah. Art, yeah, man. I heard from him the other day too. Art's a great dude, man.
Yeah, he is.
He really is.
I like Art.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, he's a good guy. He likes to read. He's one of them that you can talk the English stuff with, and he'll get you.
Well, that guy can. I would like to be able to narrate. Read books and stuff, because that's how I got into podcasting. That's the reason I got into podcasting to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
Because my whole life I'd had people in Nashville tell me you should be on the radio, you should do, narration of some sort, or I've heard that my entire life, and I'm like, well, I'm finally going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So I got to listen to some podcasts and stuff. And I'm like, well, I'm just going to try a podcast to try to kind of hone in my voice or whatever. I didn't know what was involved with it.
Mm-hmm.
I was just going to get some practice talking in front of a microphone, podcasting,
Yeah.
and then move on to some other things. And I just hadn't got around to it yet. I don't
Yeah.
know if I'm there. I like to be able to read short stories,
Mm-hmm.
like by Southern authors, or read stories that took place in the South or whatever because of my accent.
Right.
Because I can't change it, dude. I tried when I first started podcasting. I started trying to talk and not have an accent.
Yeah.
And man, I found that was terrible, man. I can't do it.
I don't hear an accent at all.
You don't hear
You
nothing.
sound completely normal to me.
Do I?
Yeah.
Well, it must have worked, man. And then so some other people was like, "No, man, don't change. Just talk like you normally do." And I just hadn't got around to it yet because basically, I don't know, because I don't read a lot. We've talked about that before.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I'm not going to read a book if they made a movie out of it. I'm going to watch the dang movie.
Uh-huh.
So if I was better at reading, I might could. I don't know. I'm going to give it a try with a really short story, like maybe a paragraph or two.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, too bad Ken Burns has already made a Civil War documentary. You could have got in on that reading like letters from the soldiers.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
But,
well, I should. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
One thing you could do. Do you remember on Saturday Night Live, Deep Thoughts with Jack Handy?
No, I don't remember.
It was this short little like segment that they would do, and it was like it had this real peaceful music on there, and there was like a nature scene on there, and then it was just narrated and things. But I'll pull up an example to read because to me it's not hard to explain, but it's hard for me to explain.
Well, there's something that I have been thinking about because I've been listening to like some podcasts falling asleep. It's like those that's supposed to help you fall asleep. And there's a woman that my wife listens to that I listen to. I don't even know her name, but she's always she's talking about her day, and she goes in detail about the simplest of tasks during the day. And she's real calm and talks slow, and has some kind of music in the background, But so I thought about that, doing something like that, maybe, just narrating, like just visualizing if I went on a walk through the woods or down a country road, just talking slowly about what I might see, what I encountered along the way, that kind of thing.
Right.
So I don't know. Maybe I should give that a try. Something that I can't. Because if I try to read it, I guess I could make, little notes and then just talk about it. But see, what did Arnie say? Deep Thoughts by Jack Handy.
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. Yeah. Deep Thoughts by Jack Handy.
But thanks, guys, for the encouragement of saying I have the voice for it, because that's
Well, here's one. Here's one deep thought by Jack Handy. And it'd be something that kind of that would be great with your voice, because it's kind of a comedy, but it's not it's comedy, but it's subtle. It says if a kid asks where rain comes from, I think it's cute. I think a cute thing to tell them is it's God's crying. And if they ask why God's crying, another cute thing to tell them is it's probably because of something you did. So.
Okay.
Those crack me up. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Some of them get a little darker real fast.
And, that one can be pretty scary there.
Yeah. So
I did something to make.
Yeah. And another one is, I hope if a dog takes over the world, they choose a king. They just don't go And I'm sorry, I'll start over. I hope if dogs take over the world and they choose their king, I hope they don't go by size, because I think Chihuahuas have some real good ideas.
Mm.
So,
God, God, man.
so yeah, that's the thing.
Well, you know,
So,
it's a wonder that I can say anything on the microphone because
yeah,
when I was young, even in high school, I stuttered so bad
yeah,
it was terrible. My mom took me to this hearing and speech school where they
hmm,
would try to figure out why you were stuttering and this and that. And they'd take me in there and put me in this soundproof booth, and it was amazing how soundproof and quiet it was. And they would give me these tongue twisters to read
hmm.
to try to figure out what made me stutter. And man, I sounded like a dang auctioneer in there reading that thing off. Hey, blah, 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 just as fast as I could read it as fast as I
Uh,
wanted to.
yeah.
But then, I wasn't stuttering. They're like, we can't help you if you can't stutter.
Hmm.
And so on the way home, I'd be stuttering again. But it
Yeah.
was kind of find out it was basically words that began with a vowel.
Hmm.
Like I and a and o u, just whatever.
Hmm.
I would start stuttering, and man, I couldn't. You could have stuck a cattle prod to me, and I couldn't have spit it out.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that was terrible in school, though. You know the answer to some of the questions finally, and I couldn't spit it out, man.
Yeah.
So I just never answered any questions
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
school.
Putting out a podcast, even when I started Christmas Clatter, it was podcast only, no video or anything. And I remember putting out that first episode. It's like, oh, people are going to listen to me talk. How horrible is this going to be? And then you kind of get settled in on that, and then you realize, you're not listening to people listen to you talk. So that's okay, and then YouTube.
Mhm.
And I have been, I don't know if this happened to you, Ken. I have been confused for an extrovert. I am not an extroverted person at all. I'm more introverted.
Yeah.
I assume stay by myself, but since I do this and, the podcast, do on the porch and Christmas clatter and things, people think I'm a people person, extrovert, and it's like,
Right.
no, not really. I just,
Not really.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
just enjoy doing this, and I talk to people and stuff. It's not like I avoid people, but it's just like,
Mhm.
if it's up to me, I just stay home all the time. And
Yeah. It'd be great if you could work from home.
yeah, it would be. I could have all the people come get the mail from my house.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's fun. But
Yeah, Brenda. I love Christmas clatter myself. That
oh, yeah.
that that's the reason I got started, or I was listening to Todd, and I told this story 1,000 times. I was out there washing my motorcycle, and it was right in the middle of the summer, and it was hot, and I was like, for some reason, I feel Christmassy today. So, so I started looking for Christmas podcasts and stumbled across Todd's, and just the way it was calm and just natural, it attracted me to it. And then, so I've been listening to every one of them, and then I finally messaged him and he said, "Man, I'm getting ready to try to start a new podcast. You have any advice?" And he just took off, man. Started helping me and messaged me back and forth. And I was blown away, dude. It was as far as I was concerned, then it was Elvis and Todd Killian. They were top on my list, man.
Oh no. No, I remember you messaged me, and Brian Earl had helped me get started podcasting. He did a lot for Christmas Clatter, including making
Hmm.
the logo and stuff. And so it's like, when I've had several people ask me about it, and about podcasting, and I've never not helped anybody that's asked, because you know people help me, without
Right.
any strings and stuff. And then I remember one time you wanted to do a Zoom or something, talk about it and things, and we chatted and stuff, and I went upstairs, and Holly was like, "How'd it go?" And I was like, "I have a feeling that if we lived closer, we'd probably be at each other's house every weekend cooking."
Yeah, I know it, right?
And she goes, "Really?" And I'm like, "Yeah, really, kind of like that."
Yeah,
So
sharing our collecting, all the
uh,
stuff that we collect.
yeah.
Yeah, Brenda, are you talking about? You said love with the pastor, is that where Todd just had the conversation with the pastor the whole time a couple years
No,
ago?
that's probably the Christmas Eve show where I have the pastors come and give the message. I just let them talk for a while.
Well, there was one that you had a conversation with the preacher or the pastor
Uh,
or somebody.
yeah, I'd have to
And
listen.
it was so good, man. I really enjoyed that.
Was it? Well, I appreciate it. I don't remember that one, but I'll take your word for it.
All right.
No.
Yeah, it's weird, man. It's weird when you make friends with somebody that you met on the internet. It sounds sketchy as heck, man.
Yeah, it does.
But it just went over time. First it was a bunch of messaging for I don't know, forever. Then we zoomed once, and then months later maybe zoomed again. I needed help, and then zoomed again, and it just turned into a friendship. And they're like, okay, let's time to phone call. Kind of the same way with the guys out there in California too, man.
Yeah.
Arnie and Doug. I love those guys, man. I wish I lived closer.
Yeah, definitely.
Wish I lived closer.
Yeah, I'm that way with them and Randy, Santa Dad, as well, and Chris Sicily. And in fact, I've met Art a couple of times and had lunch with him and stuff. And I remember the first time we met for lunch. Yeah, he said something about his wife. Joe was joking around. I was like, well, I hope he's not an axe murderer,
Yeah, I know. It's weird. It's really weird at first, man.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's not something you would just to meet him, text a time or two. It just takes time to build the trust and learn about each other. So yeah, he's not.
Well, it helps too. I think it helps too that we're older, so our judge of character is a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a young kid, you don't know how despicable and dishonest people can be.
Yeah.
And
by the time you're our age, you got a pretty good BS filter.
Yeah. If you don't, then your life has been too easy.
Yeah.
But
except for that Doug character, I'm not really sure. No, I'm just kidding, Doug. I'm just kidding you, buddy.
Yeah, I got this feeling that Doug's BS filter might be the highest of all of them.
Oh, so you're not kidding.
Yeah, I have a feeling that he's his is pretty sensitive. I have a feeling. So, but hey guys, if you want to become our best friend, why don't you send us a message? You can text us directly. There's a link in the description show notes on your podcast platform. If you tap it, it'll send a message straight to us. We'd love to hear from you. Or you can send us an email at joinusontheporch@gmail.com, or on Instagram, Facebook, send us a direct message. And we'd love to hear from you. And we hear from you, we'll read it. We have not had anybody send us a direct message through the podcast player yet. So if we don't, I might have to put out a prize for the first person that does. Because I want to see how that works. But let's just be a teaser out there in case we need to. Well, that's probably going to ensure that nobody will until there's a prize announced. So
maybe you could offer up one of your Willie Nelson Christmas albums.
That's right. That's what we'll do. First person that messages us on the podcast, tap the podcast thing in your podcast player. I'll send you a copy of Willie Nelson's Pretty Paper vinyl record, and just in time for Christmas in July. So yeah. So we'll do that. I'll do that because I opened that never sealed record last week, and then I bought a like a 6-pack of records, and that was sold in a bunch, and one of them in there was Willie Nelson's Pretty Paper.
So you have two of them, and one of them is a newly opened.
Yeah, one of them was newly opened. So, but both are in excellent condition. So I'm not. I can't really tell you the difference between the two now because the other one, it's open, but it looks brand new. It's pretty cool. So, but yeah, I'll give that away. First person that sends us a message on the through the podcast description there. So,
yeah. And how about what do you think about if people send some pictures of if they're doing something that's really fun, or they're really excited about, just send a picture into it. We could put it up on the.
Yeah. If you guys do something, send us a picture, a little bit of description, and we'll throw you in our picture time, uh, in
Yeah,
a segment where we can show people what's going on and see what you're up to as well. But
that'd be great.
yeah, Ken, thanks for joining me here again, and everybody out there, send us those messages. And Ken, take us home.
All right, I want to thank everybody for listening to Todd and Ken on the porch, and we're gone.